Good afternoon. First, I'd like to thank Pat, President Neely, for entrusting me with such an incredible opportunity. I'd like to thank the Penn State community for such a warm welcome back. The energy has been amazing. The Lady Lion Club, the Lady Lion Cager Club, for their continued support of the Lady Lion program. I'd like to thank all the coaches, alum, players, teammates who contributed to the Lady Lion legacy. A special thanks to Renee Portland for taking a chance on me and opening the door for the opportunity for me to sit where I'm sitting. My family, who continue to support me in all things that I do. And lastly, God, for the continuing favor upon me. I am incredibly honored to be the next head coach of the Lady Lion program. With so much history of success, Big Ten championships, conference titles, NCAA appearances, Penn State has been known to compete at the highest level. Like so many before me and others after me, this place has been a special place in all of our hearts. The alumni base across all sports is hands down the best in the country. Pat's vision for Penn State athletics is what drew me to this opportunity to be here today. I am so grateful for Pat and the opportunity that he has presented for me to be here. I have stayed close to the program throughout the years, and I couldn't be more thrilled to restore the excellence that this program has experienced over the last 60 years, while continuing to add to the long-lasting Lady Lion legacy. This is a dream come true for me. After being gone for 20 years, never could have imagined sitting in front of you today as the new head coach. What I can promise is that I will give my all, I will fight, and I will continue to represent Penn State in a way that we know Penn State should be represented. So thank you, and I'm excited to be back.
Media members, we'll open it up to you at this point. Please raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone. Please introduce yourselves to Coach so she knows who you are.
Hi, Tanisha. Daniel Gowan, Lines 24/7. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Daniel.
When deciding, weighing the options on whether to take this job or not, what stood out to you as the main reason to come back to your alma mater at this stage in your coaching career?
Yeah, great question. Like I said earlier, I think Pat's vision for Penn State athletics is something that really drew me to wanting to be back. I think what we're seeing around Penn State athletics, all the success in all the different programs. We had women's hockey, men's hockey, women's volleyball, what's happening with football, different things like that. Is really what drew me. And then the opportunity to stand here as the head coach of a program that I played for, that I bled for, that I've given so much to, and that has given so much to me, and to be able to impact young athletes in a positive way. I think that's something that really showed itself throughout the process and said that this was the right time to be here.
John Sauber, Center Daily Times. Hi, Tanisha. Welcome to State College. Welcome
Thank
back
you.
to State College.
Thank you.
Say. When you were head coach in Atlanta, you obviously had a brief tenure there. What did you learn that you can apply at the college level and that you think can help this program moving forward?
Yeah, great question. I think throughout my time as the coach at the Dream, what I've learned is how important it is to really build those relationships, how important it is to really dive in and allow the athletes to know how important they are as people and not just players. And so I think that's something that, at the collegiate level that I'll be able to bring that I definitely learned there. And then that it's more than just a game. You have to impact players. Players have to know that you believe in them, that you care about them. And then when they do that, their effort and how they show up and produce is a lot better for sure.
Hi, Audrey Snyder. Nice to meet you. Obviously, the era that the sport is in right now, NIL roster retention never been more pressing or challenging than ever. How do you try and attack that at this place where recruiting historically has been a challenge here? How do you try and go about that?
Yeah. And
do you feel like you have the resources here to succeed?
Of course, I feel like I have the resources here to succeed. I wouldn't have took the job if I didn't think so. I think I'm in a unique position being that I come from pros. We look at the collegiate landscape now, and it's sort of heading that way in terms of the NIL and different things like that. And so I think my experiences with being in pro, dealing with roster management, dealing with contracts, dealing with agents, building those relationships positions me to be able to handle the landscape that's happening now. I think historically Penn State has done a good job of recruiting. So now it's just a matter of getting back to some of those old ways and figuring out how we can go tackle those things. So I'm excited about that. I don't see it as a challenge. I see it as an opportunity to rebuild a program that is already set things on fire. And so we need to get back to that. And I'm looking forward to getting in the weeds and being able to do that.
Tanisha, Mark Brennan from Lions 247, welcome back.
Thank you, Mark.
How do you go about handling the recruiting piece of this? Because obviously talent acquisition is much different at this level than it is, well, I guess maybe it's not quite as much different, but there are differences, I guess you could say. So how do you go about doing that, and how do you go about building your staff?
Yeah, great question. And to answer the first part of your question, it's building a great staff. It's building people around me that are great at what they do. So I think that's the first part of the question. Being collaborative in what we want to do, having that vision, creating that vision, and going to tackle players and athletes and student athletes that match that vision. And so I think that's one way that we're going to go about recruiting. We're going to bring in players that understand the Penn State way and that are committed to the Penn State way, and then we're going to go from there.
Mason Smith from the New York Daily Record. Welcome back home. And as a Georgia native, it was really cool seeing what you did with the Atlanta Dream.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Nathan.
As far as the current and future Lady Lions, I know a lot of them will have aspirations to make the W. Yeah. So what it goes into developing them, not only in terms of their success at the collegiate level, but knowing that they have bigger aspirations to honestly follow in your footsteps and make it to the best league in the world?
Yeah, great question. I think it's a step-by-step process. It's a day-by-day process. When you see pro players, they didn't get there overnight. They took one day at a time, 1% better, and I think that's the approach that we'll have to take moving forward, just taking it one day at a time, getting better every single time we step on the court, not just on the court, but also off the court, developing young ladies as people just as much as athletes.
Hey, Coach, Noah Aberrate, the Daily Collegian. When you were announced the new head coach, WNBA was still working on the collective bargaining agreement up until, I guess, the day after you were announced. How did that uncertainty with the WNBA in your previous role kind of impact your decision to come to Penn State?
It didn't. That had nothing to do with my decision to be here at Penn State. I'm here at Penn State because this is an amazing opportunity, and I get a chance to really impact and influence young athletes, and I get a chance to impact a program that has meant so much to me, that has given so much to me. I really believe in to whom much is given, much is required, and this community, the Penn State community, the program has given so much to me, and so I look forward to being able to pay it forward and give back to it in the same way that it gave to me.
Hey, Tanisha, Steve Samsel, welcome back.
Thank you.
Timeline question. You talked about this being your dream job. When did it become a reality for you? Like how many weeks ago did this become a reality and something you could aspire to? And on the other end of the timeline, what's realistic for a Tanisha Wright team to have a winning record and make the tournament?
Yeah, I can't make you any promises in terms of timeline. Just like I said, I just said it. It takes time, and my goal is to step in and do that one day at a time, build it back up. We know that this place has success because we've seen it. There's a blueprint for it, and so not veering too far off the path, attack the blueprint and build it up one day at a time. It didn't happen overnight when I was here. It didn't happen overnight when Susan Robinson was here. It took time, and so that is the plan, to build it up step by step, day by day. But we're going to put the energy, we're going to put the effort in, and we're going to rebuild the program back to what we know it to be. As far as in terms of a dream job and the timeline of that, anytime you get a chance to coach your alma mater, I think you're always, you know what I mean? That's always in the back of your mind. And so when Pat called and we started to have those conversations after the season, it was something that became a reality that I can coach my alma mater. I can coach at Penn State. And so for me, I'm extremely grateful and thankful for the opportunity to stand here. I do not take this lightly. I know that this is, it is going to be a fun job. It won't be without its challenges, but we're going to have a good time doing it.
Tanisha, you mentioned the community a question ago, and we saw you at the hockey game, men's lacrosse game. What has it been like to be back and getting out in the community in this role that is so public? What have you felt the reception has been like?
The reception has been amazing. I mean, the energy around me being back, everything is welcome back, glad to see you, happy to see you, welcome home. And that's exactly what Penn State is. Penn State is home. Anybody that has ever played here, my teammates some of them are here, can tell you this place always holds a special place in our hearts. This place will always be home to anybody who has been in the Penn State environment and really engulfed themselves in it. And so just like that, everybody here has been happy to see me and a lot of energy around it. So I'm excited. I can't wait to get out in the community and build that support and that fan base and support other sports around the Penn State community.
Coach, Penn State obviously has a strong player group, stars like Kiyomi McMillan, Gracie Merkel. You talked about hitting the transfer portal and getting some new talent. But how do you
I didn't talk about that. I didn't say that at all.
How do you utilize, I guess, both the transfer portal and retaining some of that talent you have?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's early, so my job is to evaluate, and I'll do that over the next few weeks, evaluate and assess what the situation is, and then go from there. So right now, that's what I'm focused on, and so I'm not going to give you any promises on how we're going to go about do it, but evaluating and then assessing where we need to go and making the necessary decisions based upon that.
Coach, I know you have a lot of memories in Rec Hall, doing a lot of great things. I know the women's team has played in both Rec Hall and Bryce Jordan Center. I'm just kind of curious, what are your thoughts about where the women's team kind of plays most of their home games?
Yeah, listen, I'm excited. Again, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to get out in the community and really get the fan base. So our job is to get butts in the seats. That's it. Get butts in the seats, fill the stands up, create that environment that, again, we've all seen here at Penn State. We know it to be. We know it's out there. There's a blueprint for it. And so butts in the seats is the focus. So please come out and support.
Hey, Coach. Michael Zeno, Onward State. On the note of the current roster, most of them still have eligibility left, and the transfer portal opens in 2 weeks. First, have you gotten a chance to speak to any of the players so far, and what balance do you think you need to strike with player retention and the transfer portal?
Again, right now I'm 5 days on the job. So I am evaluating everything and anything that needs to be evaluating in terms of the Lady Lion program. And so again, like I said before, after I'm done evaluating, then we'll make necessary decisions. So right now it's just an evaluation period. I'm like, even though this is home, I'm like the new kid on the block, right? And nobody in the neighborhood is the same people in the neighborhood. So it's just time for me to sit back, evaluate the things that I need to evaluate, and then we'll assess from there.
Hi, Coach. It's Abby Dry from the Center Daily Times. What's your message to fans, to people about this next coming season?
Thanks. Great question. My message to fans is you guys have been amazing, at least throughout the time that I've been at Penn State. And I know there's so many of you who want to see this program back to where it has been in the past. And so we're looking to rebuild that. And we know we have to build trust in that, but come out and support as we rebuild that back up. I think the Lady Lion athletes deserve that. When they come here and they put on, they deserve that support. So come out, butts in the seats, and let's build this thing back together.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.